Butch, we have the same thing here.
It's a more comparable size, though.
Yes, Cranker Deluxe right here, though.
Oh, yeah.
This young man can strike with the best of them if he gets lined up.
That unusual pinfall we were talking about.
Interesting average builder. Most people don't realize what goes into making a normal pin.
Well, what goes into it?
That's right.
It's major industry.
Very scientific. It's physics, Mike. It's physics.
Whatever that. Bob Learn coming in light. Has the 7-10 there until the head pin comes all the way back to get the 10. Butch Soper, who had no trouble on the right lane the whole game. And immediately as I say that, he throws it to the nose.
Well, that was just a bad shot.
Yeah, I know.
That ball was 3 boards left of target. I mean, that may be the most errant shot that Butch has made the entire week.
Well, that happens sometimes. Then when you're playing a tight line and you really don't have any room to the right, you're trying to keep everything a little bit left. That was just too far left. Baby split. Butch would probably make this at least 3 out of 4 times. Well, that's the 4th time. Opens with 9.
I'm very surprised he didn't just hit the ball right in there very nicely. Last time he was on the telecast, he made the 4-9, almost made the big 4, got 3 out of 4.
In the position round last night, he made the 5-7. So he didn't get out of that ball clean then. It hung on his thumb.
Back nicely with a strike on lane 23.
Well, Bob Learn got a nice break by Butchie opening in the first frame. That'll loosen the swing up a little bit. 5-6.
Last year earned over $100,000 on the PBA Tour, his best every year, and thus far this season just a little less than 60, but 45 on top.
He could be right back to last year's total. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much what he's thinking.
I'm sure he is.
Plus that beautiful Brunswick Bayliner boat and motor.
Plus he's thinking about 40-some thousand that got away from him in the opening tournament, so this is a way to get it back here tonight.
Ah, that's just like pins in the pit. You got to forget that.
Easier said than done.
I hear you.
A little extra time here. Boy, not as good a shot either.
Bit of a surprise on his face. Stacy looks on, calm, cool, and collected.
She looked more nervous to me.
No.
Leaves the 6 ball. Switches ball. In between frames there, Butch adjusted the tape in his thumb hole. Added another strip.
Something had to be a little bit different, Mike, for him to miss as bad as he did in the first frame. I'll be real surprised if this shot doesn't hit the pocket.
I will, too. He should be right back in there, I would think.
Wow. Well, we mentioned he made the 4-9. Now he's got the 7 to go along with it.
7's basically inconsequential. If he makes the 4-9, he can make the 4-7-9. But 2 splits on this right lane that he didn't miss the entire first game.
Is it breaking down that quickly?
Yeah, that ball didn't hold like he wanted it to. That was a better shot, and it just didn't hold. Makes a little adjustment there with his feet.
A good run, but the 9-pin stands. So 2 opens, but as soon as we are done here in the Brunswick Memorial World Open, we'll send you to the University of New Orleans as Al Bernstein is standing by, top-ranked boxing. He and Dave Bontempo with the play-by-play action. How about George on Saturday night?
I saw that 1-2 that he put on. Another 45-year-old here is trying to put on a 1-2.
I had an opportunity to watch the weigh-in, and I watched Al interview both George and
Michael Moore.
Yeah, Michael Moore. And George Foreman was very confident.
Yeah, but he was getting beat the whole fight.
Oh, I know that.
Until the knockout punch.
Well, but
that's why they fight all 12 rounds.
That's right. Pretty much the way it works. All right, Bob Learn made all 10 of them go down.
Bob Learn, 5-step player, again holds the ball nice and low. Starts at the back of the approach. Basically one arm from then on out. See how steady the head is as he hits the next to last step. The ball just slightly about head height there. Arms out for balance. Uses his whole body. Look at, he's just lifting with everything up this way. Right straight through that ball. Rolls that wrist through it. That creates the big hook. Too big.
Oh no, the dreaded Durbin.
I thought Double D was Dave DeAntremont.
The dreaded Durbin left on 23, but Learn's the type of player that probably makes this fairly easily with his hook power.
It's the type of shot, though, Dan, the way the lanes are as tight as they are on the outside, that as you send it out to get it to it, you could slip it in the gutter and get 6 out.
He led by 23 before the start of this frame.
Nice shot. Oh, and it didn't get that back pin. Boy,
You're exactly right, Michael. The ball skidded just a hair, and Learn ends up with an open frame. And so this match all of a sudden changes dramatically.
Let's see what kind of adjustment. Butch looking down at the approach, moving a board or two to the left. I know he is, because he's going to play fallback all the way.
I think you took your advice.
I played that angle enough times. I'm familiar with that shot.
Yeah. You're making those moves before he is.
Watch Butchie closer to the third arrow now. Back to almost right over the third arrow. Ball very little hook, but flush.
Trying to take the lead, and can't quite.
Wait.
The 4.
I'll tell you what, if that machine didn't hit it, it was gone. He would have fallen to 9.8 degrees.
So you're telling me if it goes 9.7, it won't fall down?
That's correct.
But wouldn't it rock back the other way? Wouldn't it?
You could rock, and if it was a weak bottom or a loose bottom on that pin, on that sirloin base of that pin, it could fall over, yeah.
All right. Very close match here, game number 2. And there's no doubt in my mind that one of the finest professional staffs assembled in professional sports, the PBA group. They've done a wonderful job this year, and without them, Michael and I couldn't get the job. Sixth frame, up by 2 pins, Bob Learn Jr. on the right-hand lane.
Very good lane.
Trying to dance that 10 out, but it holds firm.
I guess that was a head pin that came back off there to almost get that. It was an unusual pinfall there. Switches balls. Goes something much straighter to throw hard and straight at the 10 pin. See, that's smart bowling, Dennis. As much as he hooks it on the first ball, he goes straight.
Learn still leading by 2. I had a chance to chat with Bob and ask him how important it would be to win here tonight, and for a number of different reasons it would be great.
It would mean a great deal to me. I had a really good friend who passed away from cancer about 4 months ago. I talked to him the day before he passed away, and he asked me that if I might win a tournament that I could possibly dedicate it to him. So tonight I'm going to go out there with that in mind, and I hope I can win it for Willie.
And the man of whom Bob was speaking, the departed Willie Hayes, not only a close personal friend, but a great friend and a great fan of the sport of bowling.
His best shot on that left lane, still didn't strike, leaves the 9 pin. Converts the spare. We got a 1-pin match, then.
I think one of the other things really I've enjoyed about this event through the years, Mike, is the fact that it's never been a pushover type condition. It's always been a very difficult,
challenging
exactly,
condition, right.
From pair to pair, morning to night, and I think that's really what tests the best players in the world at the highest level. I mean, you have to have all the shots and a little luck to go along with it.
Well, Butch has had some luck there, right to the heart of the pins, leaving only the 610. Struggling on really both lanes right now.
two guys that seem to contend with the conditions the best. Obviously, the players seeded 1 and 2, Eric Forkel and David Ozio, they are next in line.
The way I see it happening here, though, is Butch is a grind-out type player. And he's just grinding out, even though he had a big game last game. Learn is the type that if he could get by this game, he could pop 240 the next game. Wow, look at that pin spin in front of that 7th pin.
Both of them, look at them.
Well, it was a balance effect on both sides of the lanes, you know. That was what you call a moderate ball. And we had pins on the left and the left was right, spinning wheel. Gravitating to the center.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. That's your attempt at political humor the day after the election.
Something like that.
I just wish you quit gloating. I really do. This has been a tight match for the last 4 frames. Nobody really with an upper hand.
Strikes are hard to come by. Only 1 double in the match.
A little deeper, more angle, and a beautiful flush hit on 24.
And it rolled out right at the pocket. You see that? It looked like it was going high and quit right at the pocket. Watch this. Right at the pocket. Learn's ball is going to go straight right through here. See, it just kind of quit right there. Flush. It looked like from our angle that it was going to hook high and it stopped right at the pocket. Up by 4 pins. Boy, more extra time.
Trying to dance the 2-pin down. Boy, that would have been a key double for Bob Learn.
Yeah, but you can't rely on that kind of strike. I mean, it would have been nice in that situation, but he didn't strike on the left lane the whole game.
Good news for him as he finishes on the right lane.
At the 2-pin.
All right, Butch Soper knows what has to be done right here. He still has a possible 203. Best game that Learn could bowl would be 197.
So Butch, if he strikes it out, is going to win, but it seems like if Butch could get a double, that might be enough. It's there.
Excellent shot by Butch Soper, highly professional in the 9th frame.
Did you notice how little time he takes? Butch is so much more relaxed in this match right now than Bob Learn is. He doesn't always win, but right now he's not nervous. He's very confident. He's very relaxed.
Is that something that you concentrated on in your career, Mike? Pre-shot routine, keeping it exactly the same?
Not always. I mean, you get into a rhythm, you get into a feel, and Butch is in that right now, and I think he's going to strike right here.
Fantastic shot right there. One more, and Butch Soper advances into the semifinal.
The thinking is different now, though. I mean, there's a little more pressure on this shot. I don't know exactly why, but psychologically there is.
Well, it's because you locked the match up.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you're behind on the other one. He's ahead now. You would think he'd be a little more relaxed. See a little extra time he's taken there?
Didn't make any difference, though, did it? Some tremendous clutch bowling down the stretch in game number 2 to close out Bob Learn Jr. But he needs 5 pins to wrap this one up.
I got confidence in it.
Yeah, me too. Dennis will throw it right in there. You can count on that. Soper with a very solid finish. Bob Learn Jr. will end up 4th place this week. A nice check indeed. But Butch Soper, who has qualified for the championship round 3 of the past 5 weeks, has qualified for the semifinals. And this man right here. Oh, how many semifinals?